Okay, year six. So, our second Viking lesson of the week, we're going to think about why the Vikings tended to win most battles with the Anglo Saxons. I want you to know why the Vikings were unafraid of death. I want you to know who some of the Viking gods were, which we should already have an idea about. And I want you to know which weapons the Vikings used and why. So, the Vikings versus the Anglo Saxons. When the Vikings came to Britain, the country was under the rule of the Anglo Saxons, which you learnt something about last year. Although the Anglo Saxons stood up to the Vikings and tried to fight back, the Vikings tended to win most of the battles. But why was this? Have a think. Can you think of any reasons that this might have been? So, one of the reasons is the Vikings' religious beliefs, the gods they believed in. Their faith meant that they were unafraid of death. They didn't care about it. They believed that dying in battle was a good way to die. But why would this make you a better warrior? So, in order to understand why they were unafraid of death, we need to know something about their gods. At the bottom here is a link to a YouTube video. You'll have to type it in because it's obviously on this video, but it's the YouTube video we watched in class that gave us some information about who the gods were. It might help you understand why the Vikings were unafraid of death. Your task today is the Viking Gods Challenge. So, on Seesaw, there is a Unit 2 task. It's a research document like you used for Lesson 1. Read through it and use the information to create 10 questions about the Viking gods. You obviously need to know the answers to the questions, and they must be based on the information in the slide. So don't go off making questions about other characters that you may be seeing in the Avengers films, let's say. Use the information from the slides. The questions should get harder as they go. They should progress. They should get trickier. Think carefully about the question. Don't rush them. And obviously, you can also use some information that you've taken from the video. Bring those questions back when we're all back together, and we'll use them and share them in class and see who can answer them. Upload them onto Seesaw as well once you've finished. I'll give you some feedback on how well I think you've done at creating some of your own questions.